responsible enough to breed them the right way. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? I know a lot of customers ask me, you know, can you breed Merle to Merle? No.
No.
Does a dog that doesn't have Merle in his coat, can he carry the Merle gene? No, unless it's a cryptic Merle, and then you got to get a DNA test. But a lot of people, they'll have a solid dog off of a Merle litter and say, hey, this is a heavy Merle carrier. 3 grand, 4 grand, you got a nice dog, so, it's just,
Oh
hey,
man. Oh man. So listen, look, we starting and we gonna go ahead and say this is Chris. Chris has got the dog named Earl. Hey, well, first of all, what made you name him Earl to Merle?
I was like, man, I need something catchy and different. And I like personal, like, I like to give dogs human names that gives them more of a personality. You know what I mean? And it
Yeah.
just had a nice ring to it. Earl and Merle, it rhymes. So, hey, we ran with it. And he just had a daughter. We named her Pearl the Merle. So,
Oh man, listen.
yeah, it's going down, man.
That's what I
I'm
like to
trying to
hear.
start them.
Okay, that's what I like to hear, man. So he was just telling me specifically. You guys know I'm with Fit Bully TV. He was telling me about how difficult he found out the Merle is now. If you know anything about Merles from a business standpoint, people are winning. It is a color thing, so when you start your kennel, you have to make a choice. Do you want to go the financial route, which Earl's we've been talking for Chris, my bad, I'm talking like you the dog. Chris here just told me, he got into it not knowing that Merle is very difficult to utilize at the show level and everything else. And I know this already, but from a business standpoint, you
It
say
limits you.
people want that damn Merle. They
They
want
do, man.
that damn Merle.
Yeah. A lot of people see a dog with Merle and go colorblind and forget about the structure.
There you
My
go.
thing is structure. Well, temperament first, structure next. Color is a bonus.
Absolutely. And I'm with you
Get the
100%.
pearl in there, that's a bonus. You know what I mean? So, but first off, and first and foremost, you want structure and temperament.
Yeah. I'm with you
Without
100%.
that, you don't have a program.
Or a good dog. You can't sell nothing. There's a
Exactly.
there's
Yeah.
a Merle. I forget his name. He just went for about 100,000. And one of the other guys was talking. He said, "But Trev, he don't throw nothing that he and his." So then we was talking about the importance of pedigrees. Uh, Chris here didn't know a lot about pedigrees starting out, and I had no clue either. And then I think a couple years after I got my first few dogs, I start learning about pedigrees because then you could get basically these limp noodle dogs versus this dog you got, and you don't want an anomaly. You want to guarantee some things when you're building your program. And
Exactly.
now, fast forward, I understand blood type, understand percentages of the blood, line breeding, all that stuff to create this idea of a dog that'll throw consistency. So he says his dogs just got 2 litters on the ground. They oldest is what you say, 4 months,
Mm-hmm.
4 months
Yep.
old.
Well, no, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say 5 months.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they're
Yeah.
they're, they're still on their way. But so
Mm-hmm.
far so good, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Yep.
How do you
Yep.
choose the females that you're gonna let your dog breed with?
Basically, man, I'm looking at Earl and I'm looking at what's wrong with him. You know what I mean? This
Yeah,
is my first dog, and I knew nothing about nothing when I started, like I said, and I ended up getting Earl, and his feet are a little more poked out than what I want him to be. So
uh,
with him, when I'm breeding him to a female, I'm looking for a female with nice straight feet that's going to correct that. And so far, we've got two litters on the ground, and she has cleaned it up
I
a
see.
lot. You know what I mean? So all his puppies are looking nice. They got nice straight fronts.
So is
So
he? So would you say how heavy Easty Westy is he?
um, he's. I mean, it's noticeable. Don't get me wrong, it's noticeable, but it's not bad.
Yeah,
It's not to the point where
he's
he's
not
walking
standing
on his
out there
face.
like this here.
Right, exactly. It's not bad at all. Like the angle of it isn't extreme. It's real. It's they're just kind of poked out a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that's
You know what
good.
I
That's
mean?
good. What other issues would you say that the dog has?
Nothing.
None. Just that one feet thing.
His rear is nice. His bite is clean. Uh, he ain't cowhocked in the back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Well, it sounds like you
other
got a.
other than his fronts, he's good.
So it sounds like also you got a. You took an AP course then because you understand every one of the terms, but you also said you want to get into shows. So walk us down that road. You started like, hey, I want to get my dog into shows. How difficult has it been trying to figure out how to maneuver through that show ring? Because I know the show side of it is just as complicated.
Right, yeah. So I went to my first show and I just sat there and watched what everybody did. I watched how they handled their dog. I watched how they walked them around the ring. I kind of tried to listen to the judge to see what their conversations were, so I could know a little bit before I get into it. And then I just studied what is the proper structure of the American Bully. I don't want to get a dog that doesn't have the right structure and try to put him in the ring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I looked at first. I started studying the structure of it, and then after that, I started studying pedigrees, who were popular dogs. That was probably the hardest part for me to find out who all the popular dogs were, who all the owners were. I had to create a Facebook and Instagram, start from scratch, and man, I can't like I learned a lot in this past year and a half. So I feel like I got I got a deposit on one puppy. I'm about to pay a lot of money for it, but both parents are nice and correct. They're clean.
Now I'm gonna plug you into something because if one of my guys drops a litter, he literally one of his the dogs he bred with is Grand Champed out like, and his girl Fortuna. I don't know if you know anything. That girl is bad. I'm talking
Yeah.
like she's bad as hell, and he just ran her to I think a dog named Blue.
Okay.
Blue is one of those American bullies that damn near has won every show.
BLEU.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I know who Blue is. Yep.
yeah. See, so
Nice dog.
and I'm good. I'm good. Like I told Chris, his name is Chris. Or no, Aaron. His name's Aaron. He said, "Yo," I said, "Look, I don't even know if I want to. I don't need another dog. I got five of them jokers."
Yeah.
And you know this is a stock thing too. So you got the mail, which means at any moment people can reach out and get involved and say, "Hey, I want your mail."
Yeah,
But
here,
the
brother.
but the
Sorry,
girls,
brother. I
are
got
you
my
good?
book right here.
You good? You good? But the girls, we have to wait like the stock market till they till they right on time, man.
Exactly.
They right on time. So get this. Do you know that? Did you know that? You know as you build Earl up. Um, did you know that Khan sold
All right, bro.
Rocco Seaman 170 times at $10,000 in 1 year?
Golly,
Yeah, yeah.
that's crazy.
And that Christmas deal, even that you running, I've watched him drop such and such, all of it going out, and I think one of his lowest stud fees 2 racks, and then everything else is he said Rocco's going up to 15,000 next year.
That's crazy.
But I remember on one of his YouTube channels, he said, or YouTube episodes, he was like going. It's like going to the bank for him again, because somebody clearly, and you say 170 times, and that Joker's Siemens $10,000 a plug.
That's a lot of money in a year off of just that dog. Yeah, that's
So,
a lot of money.
I think you're on the right track. I know you said that you would have done it different and definitely went a different route, because I do agree with you now because of social media with getting your dog in a ring, Grand Champing him out. My girl that I have, she's off
Hmm.
Grand Champ XL Bossy's Kane. So that dude out of Florida State Bulls, I got a girl directly off of her and or him, and she's one like anytime I've even reached out to them, oh, we only approve for you. I send them a female, they were like, yeah, we could do something with her. Because
Yeah.
she's a bad bitch. And
Hey,
she's got
my
good,
thing now is the females. I'm a like, that's the foundation. That's what it
period.
starts with. You gotta have a solid female, and I'm getting ready to get 2 females. I told myself 4 dogs is my limit for right now.
That's a good
For
limit.
right now,
That's
until
a
I
good
can
limit.
upgrade the property, get a bigger yard, stuff like that. But for right now, I got two, and I'm getting 2 females, and I'm not starting over per se, but I am.
Yeah.
I'm starting with these 2 females. I'm gonna still have Earl, and I'm gonna study him out to specific females. I got him set at 2K, so hopefully I won't be going too crazy with him and study him out crazy. I set him kind of high that way. If you really, really want to use him, you know,
I think.
he's
Look,
good.
some of the ones that I talked to, bro, you still being polite, man. Cause I seen you another one I talked to out there around your neck, and they talking to you for less than 5 or 6, and I could live with that. That's not an issue. But at the same time, in my opinion, even why I'm like, man, this is a big opportunity, is I don't think that the American Bully has fully formed its look, in my opinion. And then on the back end, I don't think, based on what we know about the Merles, that they've fully developed their look. So when we're going through this, hey, I want this dog. Like for instance, a lot of people right now are big on the Riddick blood. Like, oh man, you
Yeah,
come off that Riddick, and I'm like, I looked at a lot of the Riddick dogs. I've seen inconsistencies. No disrespect to the people, but inconsistencies in terms of the look, and it looks
Yeah.
like, which isn't a problem. They've got some bulldog and some other things in there, which is fine.
Hmm.
But if we take a, I'm looking for almond eyes. I'm looking for a few things specific that make me believe that I ain't got to breed out the health issues. And I don't care what nobody says. The bulldogs have issues. They do.
Exactly.
They do.
Yeah.
And I don't breed health issues. I don't want no health issues. I want, like I said, a 7-year-old dog to run, still be able to hit 2 miles with me if need be with a weighted vest on. And
Exactly.
so I'm
Yeah.
with it. I get it, but I need consistency in my program. And for people that I'm selling the dog to, because when you start selling them for $4,500 to $10,000, which these people are doing, like a dude told me, my lowest dog gonna be 35, and he said, T, it might be 45 if this thing
Hmm.
goes right. And I'm like, hey, I hear you, brother. I can't justify needing another dog, but if I knew for fact that they were all gonna come out tight, then I might be with it. So I think
Yeah.
Earl's definitely at the right price point in my opinion, especially on the back end since you're learning as well too. We all are when it comes to Merles.
Yeah.
You get them other dogs, you probably gonna be able to do some stuff. And you're right, it's not starting over; it's just starting right. You go, okay, this
Exactly.
this the road I need to take.
I
This one
had
needs
to
to happen.
rethink my vision. Now I know what I want my style of bully to look like, and this is it. You know what I mean? I'm getting
Paint
ready
that
to
picture.
send.
Paint that picture for us. How tall you want your average dog to be? What's the head size on them? What's that
I'm a
perfect?
fan. I'm going for that extreme standard pocket look. I like a dog to have nice thick arms, big bone, straight fronts, tight feet, clean rear angulation, nice bite. I don't want to underbite. I don't want that nose to be too long. I want it to be about 3 fingers, depending on how big the dog is. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? If I get a pocket, maybe a little shorter, but I'm not going for the smash nose look. I'm going for that American bully look. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
So,
That's another
so
thing for me that makes your
nice
dog.
big heads. That's what it's all about. The American bully is girth, big heads, big bone.
That's exactly what I like to hear, man. And that's been my thing. Like my homeboy that's doing that big litter that's dropping. I mean, his girl's 22 inches, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I said, that's a big old girl, bro.
That's a tall dog.
I said, I'm good on. I mean, I don't. I like my champ was right at that. He's just all my homies that didn't even like dogs. They were like, dog, he's like the perfect size. you know, he's just the perfect size. You start walking around a horse, you're like, man, what y'all even
They're
doing with?
hard to handle, man. You got this big dog in the car going to a show. He's rocking the car all over the place, man. Nice standard pocket for me. I'm cool with that,
I'm the
man.
same way. I wanted muscle bound, good head, good structure, good health, and just I love a. And that's where I actually
Health
think
first and foremost, yeah.
there's the gap right now, which is why I'm even more excited about talking to you. Is because I was telling my kennel partner, I said, look, as far as I'm concerned, I love the old. I still love what a pit bull can do. I still love that a pit bull can hit the top of a fence and jump and do all that other stuff. And my girl, she
Yeah,
can do that too. So you
right.
look up and you say, I think there's a gap right now in terms of standard because so many people have focused on the exotic or focused on selling size. And size, I
Hmm.
guess, in this game, it's a big thing. But at the end of the day, quality is where I think some people are lacking. So
Yeah,
I said, we're going to get in this thing, back in this thing right here, and I'm going to hit that middle ground hard. I said, hard, brother. We're going to shoot,
yeah.
create,
Because
innovate.
at the end of the day, man, you're shooting for longevity. I don't want to only have my dog for 4 years. I'm so attached to him. I want him to last forever.
Yeah.
So as long as I can get that dog to live, that's better for me. So yeah, health,
Terrell,
health.
true American Bully Kennel. All those people who are at the top, even Oscar Gomez. They talk about bringing that thing back around to a space where the dogs live long. Because they just got away from it. It just got out of control too fast.
yeah,
It got
yeah,
it got out of control, and they start competing. Not even for the dogs anymore. They start competing with each other, and took away the actual. This is about these dogs. So even
right.
hearing that sincerity in your voice and knowing that you do want it to be about the dogs, man. That's why I told my I said, look, we got to slow down, man. We got. I jumped back in and got a little. You get too excited too fast. I said the beauty
Yeah,
about it is we got. I think we only got girls for the most part,
yeah.
and one boy. And at the end of the day, I said, we still got to wait 3 heats, bare minimum. So I said they basically put me back in a good state of mind where
Yeah.
where I'm not being reactive
So
because
what year? How old do you feel like is the right age to breed a female?
so
I get the
if we're talking, you got time and you can wait. 2 years old, man.
exactly.
2 years old. Nothing. You can push third heat, which is a year and a half and some change. But if I'm being like 2 years, nothing less. And I bred my girl because the average dog ain't gonna be fully grown till they 3 or 4 anyway. I bred my one of my litters at 4 years old. She had 10 puppies on Thanksgiving. Every dog lived. There were no issues. There wasn't no one dog thing, two dog thing. She was so well kept that I mean it just went well. But
Right. Yeah.
anything under 2 years is like basically breeding a 12-year old or a teenager in a way that cannot care for the dog. The dog doesn't know who it is. There's so many things that go into that that the mom has to be prepared for. But
Exactly.
so that's why I told the guy, I said, look, we can etch out our first girl that he has, which comes from the UKC purple ribbon, got a good strong foundation. And like you said, the females, most people don't know, 60+% of the genetics come from the female, which is why when you hear Bashard back in the day when he got his some of his dogs off Ed, he say, guy hit me up and said, well, I can get a dog off of Ed's yard for 5,000. He said, but Ed don't have a bitch on his yard throwing what I'm throwing. I know some guys in the French bully game or the French bulls, and there's some girls that they have, and some of these guys who never really promote their girls that are throwing things that make up all the difference in the world. They just change
Yeah. Yeah.
everything. So I understood that years ago. I only always bought girls. I always pay homage to, Bossy because I think she did it right. I think she figured it out, and some of her best dogs. She even learned. She did the line breeding even right. Some of her best dogs have adios. I study her pedigree. I study any dog's pedigree. You see, I'm like, yeah, I like the dog, but let me see the papers. Let me see the info. I need the info.
Exactly.
Because if I don't see
Want
it,
pictures of dogs and all. Yeah.
I want
I
grandparents.
want to see consistency in that line so I know what I'm getting.
Absolutely, man. And it's fun. It's fun hearing that she went down the road because that's what the time. Like my girl, she just turned a year old, October 2nd. The other one literally just turned a year old November 29th. She'll be a year old. The one I told you of detoxes. But when you start, she has some easty westy stuff going on. So
Hmm.
I was I have to think about the long game because she won't be a dog with deficiencies. I won't call it. Well, it is a deficiency. It is a deficiency. I won't ever be able to line breed her in a way to pull the best out of her. Being that trait will double up, and I'll have. So it's like we're gonna
You're
sift.
doubling up on the bad and the good.
There you go. And I'm gonna have to sift through her because she has a great head, good muscle, and she's the only dog that was blue, so she has crazy recessive. Like her mom, all the dogs were black and white, but Detox is dead red, and her mom was jet black. So she's the only one diluted blue, black, diluted blue in a sense, and she's gorgeous. But at the end of the day, she comes with a few more issues.
Exactly, yeah. And it's up to the breeder to be like, hey, do I want to start with this dog and try to breed this flaw out, or do I want to start my program over with the right female and try to start over from there? Because it's a lot easier to start with the right female than trying to breed out flaws, you
Man,
know?
and that's the thing that other people don't get to, adding by subtraction. So when you're choosing even the dogs that you're breeding your boy with and potentially getting more dogs off of, I'm adding to while subtracting other things whenever we're
Hmm.
doing the breeding thing. And that's the part that a lot of people fail to realize. So I'm just going to add this, and some people go too far. One dog
Yeah,
is not going to correct everything your dog has. So it is a process, which is why you get this pedigree. And that pedigree, hopefully, if done correctly, leads you to a perfect dog in your mind, at least, right? So I'm I'm excited now to
yeah,
see what it is you're going to be throwing, producing. Definitely what you're purchasing. I'm gonna put you in my contact so that we can continue to communicate. I check on Chip. I check on Aaron. I check. We some days we talk dogs the whole day, and then you don't talk to them for
for
2 weeks,
sure.
but you just
Yeah,
like, yo, what's up? How the dogs doing? What's the ultrasound say? How was the sonogram? So
exactly, yeah.
we see what's going on, man, and then we use each other
Yeah,
as resources and tools. And all of us have kennel partners, and some of them have some amazing stories, man. Just like yours. I mean, one guy literally his whole part everything burned down, and so he had to restart. He had to sell all of his dogs and then restart there, and
man.
and here he is back at, I won't say at the top, but he's headed back in the right direction, man. Good old dude from Georgia. So
Cool.
I'm glad to be in contact and definitely learn something. One of the best Merles I've seen so far, and I've been to Merle Bully Nation. I keep a tab up and I go through and I click and see
That's
which
my
ones.
guy. Shout out to Adam, man. That's my guy, man. He's always showing us love. Ever since Earl was a puppy, man. Features every post.
That's
Shout out to him.
that is good, man. I got that tab up because I'm like, I'm not dead sold on it. That's my thing. I'm not dead sold on the Merle. If you come from the pit bull world, we were tight about we was not happy when people start saying tri blues. We was like, man, ain't no damn pit bull, you know. And for one time, I'm sure they was like the blue dogs, ain't no damn pit bull. Then this Merle, you like, man, that ain't no pit bull, you know.
Right,
And
exactly.
even with the bullies, it's literally until now written in, no Merles, not allowed. Then
Yeah,
they had to change it because of popularity.
yeah,
So
yeah.
the
And I can't argue with it. I can't argue with them at all. If they don't want the Merle, if they don't like it, it's that's understandable because somewhere along the line they did have to outcross to bring that Merle in. Now I understand that.
yeah,
But like I said, the Merle is here and it ain't going nowhere, so I might as well try to make the best of it.
yeah,
Not trying to exploit the breed or anything, but I'm a fan of Merles. I'm a fan of color. You know what I mean? And if I can get a bully to look how I wanted to with that color, then that's a plus.
oh,
I
absolutely,
told myself when I came in the game, I'm doing this right. I'm not cutting no corners, sparing no expenses, and I'm going for the right that look I'm going for. You
yeah,
know what I mean? I know what look I'm going for, so I'm not. I'm trying to do it the right way. I'm not trying to overbreed or, puppy mill or anything like that. I'm trying to, um, you know, I'm trying to link with real breeders who are on the same pace that I'm on. They're looking at quality
hey,
versus money and quantity. So
it precedes excellence, man, and that's the thing. When you do it correctly, 3, 4 litters a year, even if you study your book, like I understand the importance of making sure that he. Well, I come from a religious space in a sense, and I'm not religious by no means, but just something simple. The Bible says, by association, you're branded, and if you brand it as a dodo bird, and it gets around, people
yeah,
ain't gonna want to
right,
people ain't gonna want to do business with you. So, associating yourself, and again, I am so appreciative that you do send me. I messaged him, messaged me back. He said you can call me, FaceTime me. People, that's so important nowadays. I got my girl from Florida. One of the most anxious things I've ever done. I've never bought a dog
I'm getting my girl from Florida.
from mad far away, and then he used, mind you, paid him a grip. Then he uses a service called Pony Express that I had to pay for, which this couple drove the dog to me from Florida while they're driving through other parts of the U.S. to drop off other dogs. So anxiety, I don't know this dude, but my point in saying all that is, the first time I saw the opportunity, I said, "Yo, I'm gonna hit your line. Let me call you right quick." He was like, "I said, nah, bro, let's FaceTime right fast. I need to see what these pups and dogs." And so he got right on the line, Rudy, and we chopped it up. He showed me the dogs. He said, "That's how I knew you were serious." He had a lot of people hit me that day. None of them was on some call me right now. I said, "I'm gonna send you the deposit right now, bro, because I got a good feeling about this. I got a good feeling about
Exactly.
this." At the same time, it's a learning experience. So a buddy of mine sent $25,000 to a guy, got the wrong dog.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
That's too much money to be getting the wrong dog. Yeah, that's a lot of
I'd have been in the car. You know what I'm saying? Be like, look, well, where that nigga said his address was. If I'm just,
I'm getting ready to spend 11 on one dog.
yeah,
So I'm on my way. I want to see the dog in person, the parents in person,
all that.
all that. So
And people, it's a real game. It's a real game that you're playing. So while at the same time we're playing for quality, it's strategic. So when a guy's talking about buying a car, aka a new dog, you go 11 racks, 11 racks, and that's my
but I got faith in what I'm doing, you know.
yes,
So
yes, and that that
I have
that
faith
money
in what
will
I'm doing.
will turn itself into something way, way more valuable than 11 racks. So you understand the importance of structure, business, keeping your pedigree strong, and even more importantly, having a vision at the end. The scatter breeding thing is what a lot of people do. Clearly, it doesn't sound like you're interested in that model. And I'm definitely not. I don't want no group of mongrels. I want, I want to know exactly like this is what we're doing. They said that
Yeah,
Ed's dog, what was it, Blackjack, or what was the one that he had that everybody bought? I mean, either way it goes, one of them Ed Shepherd dogs that they when they got into the pocket heavy, it had 250 dogs on the ground. That's a lot of dogs, and people love that pocket mini, 12 to 14 inches high, wobble head, but and objective from what I hear, Venom and the rest of them, they've got good health. So I know that so far so good, man. I'm excited to meet you. Glad to hear that things are going well. And
For sure.
11 racks, boy. That's the kind of stuff that had me showing up too. I'm like, I'm gonna bring you the money. I'm, I'm gonna see you in the deposit. I'm gonna bring you the rest, but I want to see the fucking dog. You hear me? I want to see. I
Exactly.
want to see
Yeah. Yeah.
everything. I'm coming to investigate because when you spend that much money, people, you might as well go on and go on and fly there.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. And I broke my own rule. I put a deposit on a puppy that wasn't born yet. That's my main rule. But at this point, I'm willing to chalk that deposit.
Yeah.
If I go down there and see the dogs and it's not what I want, and deposits are non-refundable, I'm willing to chalk that
So
deposit than to
help
spend
them
11,000 on a dog that I don't want.
help them understand that now. Why is that one of your rules? And I'm complete agreement with that rule. But why is that one of your rules? What do you think about breeders? And there's no disrespect to breeders who do it, who sell a dog before they have a dog.
I feel like anything could happen. The dogs could die. All of them could die, and now you're waiting on another breeding. You never know what could happen. You ain't gonna get your deposit back because that's non-refundable. Most people put that in the contract.
Period.
And as far as the people who sell puppies without them being born, I mean, I understand you don't want to get stuck with any dogs or whatever, but I mean, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't take a deposit on a dog that's not born yet because I know anything could happen. The dog could die. Anything. So I'm just real hard on that. But a lot of these more popular breedings, the dogs are sold before they're even advertised. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they got friends and so many people just on them. Like, hey, I want a puppy off of them. So hey, put your deposit in now, and I got you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how that goes. But as far as I mean, when you're looking for quality, you almost have to. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And when you're getting in on big breedings, you almost have to put a deposit before they're born just to be able to have a chance to get a puppy. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I'm with it because them things are, they go real fast. But this is
The
also
main
why.
thing is you have to trust the person that you're dealing with.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Main
that's
thing.
also why I think, in my opinion, it's important to build relationships with breeders, because that 11,000, like, hey, I'm willing to come and buy another dog one day, if we have a good relationship, and clearly if the dog turns out that way. But some people don't understand, in my opinion, again, the importance of just getting on the phone, chopping it up, talking dog for a second, because 6,000, 5,000, 3,000, 10,000, 20,000, it's still your money, and it was hard.
That's a lot of money.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of money to throw down the drain. So I'm with you. I think, in my opinion, sometimes the dogs need to develop a little bit more so you can get a good idea of what it is you're selling. Clearly, people like MV Peoples and even over there at DDK, where he's kind of got his super large thing going on, and like we've talked, Ball C and a few others that I'm familiar with. They have a set strat. They got, like, this is what they do. No matter what happens, they're doing a sonogram. They know this many dogs normally gonna be there. They normally do it correctly, in my opinion.
Right.
Be it the pre-sale, because they're like, hey, we got 6 dogs in there, and these are people who not hurting for money either. So they'll more than likely give you something back, like, hey, didn't
Exactly. Yeah.
didn't work out, and that just comes down, like he said, to good business. you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
good
Yeah.
fucking business. Well, we are going to use Merle or Earl. We're gonna definitely use Earl. I'm probably gonna lock in definitely something, like I said before. Xmas. I've been dead set on trying to find the right Merle. I don't know if I want to go there first because, just like we talked, adding subtraction.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta add to things that, in my opinion, she needs and can also, in terms of value, bring out. And there's another group people I'm talking to, just so I could see how Deadpool did. But if I have to go the Merle route first, then so be it. then so be it. And I
Yes.
clearly, think that there's
Yeah.
an opportunity here to utilize Earl, man, especially at that price. And we got another dog that we're gonna run to this other dog, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, man. What's the name of your kennel, man?
Transformation Kennels. My partner Theo, he's the owner CEO. He's the one who founded it, and I'm partners with him. So
Good.
Transformation Kennels. Yep, we're in Cincinnati, Ohio. We've been in business for about a year and a half now, and we finally got our few first litters on the ground, and we're trying to just kind of figure our way through the bully world and find our place. So
I see. I see.
yeah,
And
man.
you definitely plan on getting into shows at some point, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Good,
Yeah,
man.
I
Good.
plan on showing my two females that I'm about to get. Just to get some show experience, get them out there, get the name out there, meet some good people. We've been going to shows crazy and haven't showed a dog yet. We just been meeting people, man. That's the thing. Like we want to go see faces and shake hands, pet dogs, have a good time, and figure out how it's all going, and
Yeah.
then start showing some dogs.
Well, I'm sure. I'm sure by the time you do, hey, you gonna have it fucking figured out for damn sure. You gonna say, hey, look, we know what to do by now, bro. We know all these motherfuckers.
Yeah. We know the judge now. No, we're good. So yeah,
That's good, man. Well, I'm glad you said that again. It sounds like he's got two different things going on, which are good. It's the same in one, and it's the same thing I'm doing. I'm breeding the show dog. So there's a style of dog that I want to breed to that gives us a dog that we can walk on stage, and then I'm breeding for the people as well because people like colors. They love quality, of course, but they love options. That's the world we live in. It's full of options. So when you see big kennels give you all these options, you don't want to be one note when it's partly business and partly love. I love having. I got five dogs just between me and a homie Cole and one dog out of Florida. I mean, I got two girls right in the back that are they tough. They
yeah.
tough. I keep the toughest ones with me. We have a litter that should be here December 8th, stemming from more pit bull, but both dogs are UKC. They're great looking dogs. So we've got some things in the work, but I understand the process of building that quality, and that's going to take. I told my guys, I said, hey, in about three and a half years, if we do this right, we could we could take a dog to a show and probably win a few things. I said, but I'm not gonna rush the process. I'm
Exactly.
not gonna because I fucked up the. I mean, every 5 years since I was 19, I had five dogs, and I had this again idea. I'm gonna build get to here. And one of my athletes, he said, Trev, what to? He said, you had all the dogs. I said, I know, man. I had every dog from color to size to everything you could think of. I had at the crib, and I built a business, and it just took off. And some other thing, you go, I ain't got that
Mm-hmm.
time, bro. So kennel partners are important. Sounds like you have a good business partner,
For sure.
and not having to do five dogs at a time because I do heavy training as well. So I love intelligence. So my girls getting bite trained. The dogs, if I whisper, so, I'm not yelling. I just do a lot of training. But when you do that with five dogs, be out working all day, gym, you start going to like shooting photography, all this stuff.
It becomes a full time job.
Man, listen. So
Yeah.
it's important to have kennel partners, a business strategy, a business plan, a vision board, a vision, and then understand what the business is. The show dog space, I think, is a big space full of a lot of opportunities. Requires a lot of investment and money as well, especially in terms of travel. So some of the dogs where I've talked to the breeders and people, they be like, "Hey, T, I won't be there this weekend, but you go down to Houston, his handler's taking him." You go, "Oh, what? So you mean to tell me you just give your dog to somebody and they take it to the show?" Absolutely. You go, that's a whole new thing. I'm like, I would
Yeah.
never leave my dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's where we're at. And so I agree with you that social media has both connected us while also quantifying the idea of these dogs in a way that almost in some regards become unaffordable for some people. Um, but we've got a couple programs set up to make sure people can get some dogs at fair prices. But we are going to get to that place where that quality precedes itself, and
Yeah.
our cheapest dog as well be somewhere at the 5 racks. And I think sometimes that avoids as well your dog ever being left in a shelter or some other stuff. You're like when you're selling to people who spending 5, 10,000 on a dog, your dog's gonna be in a good place.
Exactly.
That's the
Yeah.
other thing.
Exactly.
And trust me, I look at my girl sometime and they just like, man, what's the hype? Because I just love a good dog. What the fuck is the
Yeah.
hype? Like you a bad? They just like she's a bad bitch, but you like, What's the hype, man? Why are people so hype about this? It's
They don't
baffling to me.
understand. Yeah, they don't understand, man. They gotta trust the process.
They
Hey,
do, man. So I'm about to kill this. Go ahead. Anything else you want them to know, man? Because I'm about to kill the recording part, but we're not gonna get off the phone just yet.
I just want to say first, thank you
Yeah.
for reaching out to me, and so we could get to sit and talk on a personal level because you can't really do that through a text message on Instagram.
Nah, man.
Uh,
That's the
come
thing.
on.
I be like, they be like, oh, you have some questions? I can just answer them here. I'm like, no, I don't want to just. I'm not about to type all day, man. I'm not no 22-year-old child. In 22 and 15-year-olds, they can send 15-page messages. I'm grown. Call my phone.
For sure, yeah, exactly, man. I'm the same way. Same way. If you want to build a relationship with me, FaceTime me.
Hey,
Everybody out there,
that's what he said.
FaceTime me. I
It
want to
killed
see
me.
you.
He said FaceTime. I said, I'll bet. I'm with it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
motherfucking with it, bro.
yeah. Matter of fact, here, I'll show you Earl real quick.
Yeah, let's see Earl. Put him on. Oh man. Oh man, he's tough. That
Big
boy's
boy, look at
tough.
boy.
He got a nice head on him too.
Matter of fact, get your ass down. You ain't supposed to be up there. I didn't even know he was up there.
Hey, you caught up in the moment. You like they
He
some
was too
creeps, man. They
comfy.
like ninjas.
He was too comfy.
Man,
But yeah, this is him, man. Come on, stand up.
he looks good,
Stand
man.
up. Stand up. He's tired and lazy right
Yeah,
now.
I know. Look, I know how they go,
If you
man.
can see his feet,
Yeah, but they not. That's manageable.
they're not bad.
No, yeah, no. He's good. He's good. That's a good looking boy. That's a
Yeah,
good
thank
looking
you.
boy. That's a good looking Merle boy. I'm telling you, man. I'm about to fire you some stuff on the IG, follow you and everything, so you can see kind of the ones I've been having some trouble, not trouble with, but just personally, like
Yeah,
I can't trust it. And then, I've been really going back because the few that I've reached out to at times, they go heavy on like, oh, this Riddick blood. You like, boy, what does that
yeah.
mean? And then the other ones that are real good, they in Dublin or the UK.
UK.
So
Yeah,
dude told
UK's
me,
got some
hey,
bullies.
bruv, we'll ship you semen. I said 6 racks, which technically means it's gonna cost me more because it's a. I said then it gotta get here. I said it ain't no way.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
ain't no way, brother.
A lot
Six.
of people do it just so they can say, "Man, I got this stud from the UK.
I'm
Got
I'm
that
I'm not
UK
with that.
blood."
I'd rather build it out, which is like again, I'd rather build out through just clearly we met for a reason, bro. That's how I look at it. We met for a reason because I'm looking for the right things. I told some people to help me out. Find me a good Merle. Find me three studs so I can create some more options. I've got this idea in my head, and I'm not dumb enough to think that I have it all figured out. So
Yeah,
so
yeah.
sometimes you
Soon
gotta
as you think you got it all figured out, that's when life hits you in the face and sits you down. Like, oh shit, I didn't know shit.
exactly, and I don't think I've answered all the questions that I want to answer in terms of long term because just like you're restarting in a sense, I'm restarting as well, and some people are following my lead. So if I lead them in terms of business, which is going to allow us to make other investments and bigger opportunities in terms of even the quality of dog, then I have to think about the strategy. Blues were around and they were heavy for 5 to 6 years. Tries came around and they're gonna always be here. That's 3 to 7 more years right after that. And now we've got this Merle window where they about to be around in the thing for the next 7 to 5 years. And then I think we go back to blues. People be back on and the blues ain't never going nowhere because people are like, I want a blue pit bull. They can
Yeah,
always be there, but I think blue becomes a thing again. And
yeah,
with that being said, do I make a move? If I can get a quality dog, I told the guy, I said then I'll go first route Merle because that'll breed to the business while
hmm
also teaching me something. I said, but if I go
exactly.
strategically speaking, I said I know exactly where to go, but I don't know everything, and I have to think
Yeah,
about the bigger picture, not make it personal. Um,
right.
so that's where I'm at with it, and that's the beauty about having partners and associates, and even talking to breeders like yourself. I love that you spoke to doubt and concerns, and not so much certain even about the space that you're in terms of the dog, and then learning like, damn, I would have done something different had I
Word.
known. I can't even show the damn dog.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause that was my main thing. I went to my first show and I was like, I want a bully now, and I want to show him. And then I got him and I found out we couldn't show him. So it is what it is, man. I got to take that one on the chin. He's a good dog. I love him, and I hope to get some nice litters out of him with some nice females. I got some nice females that I bred him to. Some nice
Yeah,
correct
I'm gonna have you
females.
shoot me the pictures and stuff of them because I think on the other side, even from the business standpoint, man, I'm gonna send you some stuff so you can see kind of what those people are doing in that space, and if he can get consistent, or even if you can double up on his genome, his genetics, and create something that outproduces him, where basically he, in a sense, like let's say you kept a daughter and then boom, 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 and then you took that granddaughter even back to him, and then you kept a boy from there. That would solidify his genetics in a way that basically
Yeah,
he throw the same thing at least 50% of the time, and I mean not just 50 because as he makes up 50%, but 50 because he actually can control the look.
that's the goal.
Yeah, yeah. So
You know,
I still think the Merle's the
a lot
opportunities.
of big name studs got 1,000 dogs on the ground, but only 8 or 10 of them are really making any noise. You know what I mean?
That's the part I hate too.
I want to have 50 dogs on the ground and 40 of them are show quality.
That's my point too, because I'm like, boy, it's funny how many puppies people. I don't love the puppy. So, but you never hear about them dogs again, do you?
Yeah,
Them jokers disappear fast, and that's because I think some of them don't map out the way they supposed to. So even when
yeah,
I've been looking at these people, I think they're private, but I'll send you something where you can see. And I've been looking at where it looks like even Deadpool's had the most affect on this, and so that's why I'm gonna talk to them because they even screenshot when I like their stuff and put it in their their story, like thank you for liking, because they just, again, I think real nice people, but I want to see consistent. If I don't see that where he's actually adding value, then I don't care if it's $100,000. I'm not spending. I don't care if it was $2. I wouldn't spend it. So it's one of
right,
those, I need to know that he's going to add some value, because that's the name of the
exactly.
game. So it's good
Yeah,
that you understand the importance of that, man. I appreciate your time. As far as the YouTube thing, this is Chris. When we signing off of this, people, man, I appreciate your time, man. Seriously.
thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Okay. I think we should be. I'll be fucking up with this thing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll be fucking up with this thing, boy.
It's
Yeah.
all good.
Oh shit. Man, I hit the wrong damn button. See what I'm saying?
It's all good.
At anywho, man, that's it.